In this video, I'm going to explain why calisthenics are the best foundation for beginners. Although I'm not a calisthenics specialist, pull-ups and dips were the core of my upper body training all the way till I broke my own generic ceiling height. So you can say that my training has always been influenced by calisthenics. But beyond that, there are a few distinct benefits that make calisthenics truly stand out from the pack. And if you have just started your fitness journey, it is time to know why you should start from owning using your body weight. But before I talk about the unique benefits, let us first dispense with the normal benefits that most people associate calisthenics with. Number one, easy setup and extremely low cost. This is perhaps the most obvious benefit that comes first into your mind. As the name suggests, bodyweight exercises only require, well, your own body weight. So if you are training in a public park with bars, it literally costs you nothing for the setup. And if you want to train at home, then a pull-up and a dip bar station would only cost you a couple of $100s. By the way, this was how I started my training in the first year. Even if you want to upgrade to a power rack, it will still only cost you less than a standard annual gym membership, which will easily go more than $1,000 in a year. So, without a doubt, calisthenics is a big money saver for beginners who have just started their own fitness journey. Number two, enforcement of fundamental movements. Unlike commercial gyms that offer all the cable stations and fancy machines that accommodate easy isolation exercises, all the calisthenic exercises are free weight compound exercises. And what's even better is that most of their bodyweight versions are tough enough for most beginners out there. If you have watched my second series, Hacking into the Ultimate Hypertrophy Code, you will know that it took me a good whole 3 months to be able to do one bodyweight pull-up, and I was not slouching in my own training. Even for lower body exercises that calisthenics get docked for later in your training, bodyweight Nordic curls and pistol squats are no easy joke for most beginners out there, so you have got your whole body covered. As I've mentioned in my first topic series, free weights versus cables versus machines, the number one priority for beginners out there is to build a real foundation. And as calisthenics are all free weight compound exercises, they definitely fit the real foundation criteria. And as you will see later, they're the best foundation for you to build upon. Number three, low fatigue generation and high volume accumulation. Unlike the traditional big three, squat, bench, and deadlift, that will cause tons of fatigue and thus automatically limits your training volume, bodyweight exercises generate very little fatigue. Therefore, they allow you to train in a very high volume fashion. One can easily bang out hundreds of reps of push-ups and dips in one single training session and still not feel beat up. This kind of high volume training is not only good for you to build up your work capacity, but it also builds up the resilience of your connective tissues, which is a big overlooked factor because they are the Achilles heel in your weight training. These two key factors, work capacity and connective tissue resiliency, may not be very important during your beginner stage, but as you progress to intermediate and advanced, they will increasingly manifest their significance. In fact, I would call these two factors distinct benefits already, but they're still brought about by the common credits people assign to calisthenics. However, all the rest benefits that I'm about to mention are definitely not what people associate calisthenics with, and it is these benefits that make calisthenics the best foundation for beginners, particularly in the current fitness culture. Number one, you can truly remove your ego. Since I've mentioned the current fitness culture, let's not beat about the bush. The current fitness culture, particularly the commercial gym environment culture, is toxic, particularly for beginners. The steroid usage is rampant among most gyms. Fake natties are floating around everywhere on social media, and everyone wants to be the biggest, the strongest, and the freakiest against everyone else. All of this endless nonsense only serves one purpose: to distract you from the very goal you want to achieve through your training: self improvement. Training should be only comparing yourself to yourself, nothing else. And in that sense, calisthenics is the best way to achieve this purpose because it is literally you against your own body weight. And as you are not comparing yourself to anybody else, there should be no ego whatsoever involved in your training. And when you remove your ego, trust me, your training is going to be much more productive and effective. Number two, emphasis on stabilizing and core muscles. This is another big hidden benefit that most people tend to ignore when they think about bodyweight movements. They are great for developing a super strong core and stabilizing muscles. Unlike machines that do not require so much stabilization, all the calisthenics require you to stabilize your body, from the basics of dips, pull-ups, to more difficult handstand and front lever, to very advanced dragon flag, human flag, and typewriter. Every movement demands your stabilizing and core muscles to work hard during the whole range of motion. These muscles may not be as eye-catchy as the primary movers, but in the grand scheme of building muscles, they're critically important, and one might even argue that they're even more important than primary movers because most injuries result from stabilizing and core muscles, not the primary movers. To quote from the American sprinting legend Carl Lewis, "Power is nothing without control," and calisthenics are the best way to develop the control of your body. Number three, endogenous optimization before exogenous temptation. This is, in my opinion, the most unique benefit that owning calisthenics can confer upon you. And I know this benefit may sound extremely juicy, but that is exactly my point. Nowadays, when we mention the word endogenous versus exogenous, particularly in fitness context, it generally has a connotation of steroid usage. For example, an exogenous hormone is administered from outside the body, either by injecting testosterone, trenbolone, or the more commonly known TRT, whereas endogenous hormones are produced internally by the body. For example, your natural testosterone levels. And if someone wants to increase their testosterone levels, the first step should always be endogenous optimization: getting more sleep, doing more exercise, increasing the body fat if you are too lean, or decreasing the body fat if you're overweight, or using herbs like tonka ali or ashwagandha that can boost your endogenous testosterone levels. I know a lot of you watching this video will turn a deaf ear to the injunction, staying natural, which for the record, I always am. But even if you want to hop on the juice, which I'm against, you should always optimize your endogenous testosterone levels first before resorting to exogenous steroids. Endogenous optimization before exogenous temptation. Sound logic? Plain and simple. Now, let's detach the connotation of steroid usage for a while and apply the literal meaning of endogenous versus exogenous to weight training. In weight training, an endogenous force is a force generated by your own body weight. An exogenous force is a force generated by outside your own body weight: dumbbells, barbells, cables, machines. To extrapolate the same logic from steroid usage and apply it to weight training. Just like you shouldn't resort to exogenous hormones if you have not optimized your endogenous hormones, why would you resort to exogenous forces if you have not mastered your endogenous forces? As a beginner, you should always master bodyweight exercises first before introducing extra weight to your training. Endogenous optimization before exogenous temptation. Still the same sound logic, still plain and simple. Let's see guys, why calisthenics are the best foundation for beginners. A bit philosophical in the end, but I'm sure you will get what I mean. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know which split you want to choose for your training, you can refer to my 6th topic series, Training Splits, in which I've provided the most detailed analysis on each individual split, as well as my recommendations on the split choices depending on your training stages. So be sure to check it out. Thank you for your support, and I will see you all next time.